Well, happening in just hours, President Biden is set to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky during the G7 summit in Japan as global leaders are meeting there on the front lines. Russia's defense ministry is claiming that the Wagner Group has captured the key Ukrainian city of Bakhmut. But Ukrainian defense officials say that's not the case, and troops are continuing to fight off Russian forces in that area. This all happening on the heels of a major announcement from President Biden that the U.S. will support a joint effort to train Ukrainian pilots on American-made F-16 fighter jets. Joining us now to talk about this is NewsNation senior national security contributor, retired Air Force Lieutenant General Richard Newton. General, thank you so much for being here.
Good evening, Kelly. Good to be with you.
Great to have you. So President Biden has opened the door for U.S. allies to send and train Ukrainian pilots on F-16 fighter jets. How noteworthy is this shift for Biden, who for a long time had been reluctant, as you know, to send these fighter jets to Ukraine? And how do you think those jets will help in the war effort here?
Well, he certainly has, Kelly. It's a stark contrast to his pronouncement, as Evan reported at the top of the block here regarding in February, that he frankly didn't think that Ukraine needed the F-16s. But that I think there's pressure both from a bipartisan basis here domestically in the United States, as well as the European leaders, as well as President Zelensky. The F-16s, in my view, are going to be a game changer. And I mean that in a couple ways. First and foremost, it's an extraordinary aircraft. It's fourth generation. It's advanced weaponry, advanced radar capabilities. First and foremost, will make it really a very important asset to protect Ukraine's skies from air defense and as well as for missile defense. It's got a radar that can look well beyond what the current radars in Ukraine in terms of hundreds of miles. So that's critical for air defense purposes and missile defense. Secondly, as Ukraine begins now to gear up for this spring offensive, or if it happens to come in the summer, but nonetheless, to really, I think, push back to Russia, it's going to need to be a key player, would be a key player with close air support and providing support to Ukrainian forces on the ground and their artillery, their tanks, their infantry, and so forth. Their combined arms, just like U.S. doctrine. So this is a game changer. I think it's very good news for Ukraine, and I'm really glad to see that at least the training is going to begin supposedly in Europe. I would expect inside of Europe, probably in Poland.
So there were reasons, of course, that we didn't send these jets initially. What do you think the impact will be to the U.S., if any?
I don't think it'll be much of an impact, certainly to our inventory. There are 5,000 of these aircraft built through the years in over 24 nations. So the aircraft will be provided purportedly from European nations. Whether or not the United States provides F-16s is I don't think an issue here at all, but there are a number of aircraft available on European shore to provide to Ukraine. And so the key point, though, Kelly, as you reported, is to really launch this training on this remarkable aircraft. It's the United States Air Force has advised the president that it's going to take up to about 4 months. These are not new Ukrainian fighter pilots. These are well-seasoned, combat-tested Ukrainian fighter pilots, and they're just waiting to get their hands on this F-16 to really, I believe, be a force multiplier and a game changer against the Russians.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.